Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for Friday the 13th, 2018. Q clearance, Q Anon, any new breadcrumbs, drops, posts? Probably not. We just went over them in the last video. But we are going to go over some Donald J. Trump tweets, a video I have, and a few other things. So stick around. We're going to get right into it.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a
Hey,
Q.
Froggy. Going to have tremendous growth in this country. You're going to be so proud of it. We were proud of our country anyway, but now you're going to really be proud of it because that American spirit is back. It really is back. It's the same spirit that linked our nation with railroads and highways, that dug out the great Panama Canal, and that put a man on the face of the moon. America was built by men and women like you who never give in, never give up, and never, ever stop believing in that great American dream. We are the ones who are shaping our own destiny. And you are the ones who are restoring our prosperity. You are the ones who are truly bringing and making America first again. And you are the ones that are taking us to levels that we have never seen before. That's what's happening right now. You're bringing our country to levels that we have never, ever seen before. So I want to thank everybody for being with us today, and God bless you all. God bless America. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. So there you have it, folks. Bringing America back to levels we have not seen in a long time, he says. Okay, so I wanted to read a few of these Donald J. Trump tweets that he tweeted. We'll just do this one from 2 hours backwards. So tremendous pressure. By the way, that video, 18 hours ago, okay? 18 hours ago. And then we had a 10-hour ago tweet here 2 hours ago. Tremendous pressure is building like never before for the border wall and an end to crime cradling sanctuary cities. Started the wall in San Diego, where the people were pushing really hard to get it. They will soon be protected. James Comey is a proven leaker and liar. Virtually everyone in Washington thought he should be fired for the terrible job he did until he was, in fact, fired. He leaked classified information for which he should be prosecuted. He lied to Congress under oath. He is a weak and untruthful slimeball who was, as time has proven, a terrible director of the FBI. His handling of the crooked Hillary Clinton case and the events surrounding it will go down as one of the worst botched jobs of history. It was my great honor to fire James Comey. I don't have nothing to say on that. That's perfectly worded. I mean, I was going to look at maybe, but yeah, so there you have it, folks. Worst botched jobs in history. I agree. It's the hardest thing to argue with people like, well, Hillary went through a 2-year investigation. Well, she was under the Obama administration. Everyone was lobbying together, I guess. Not everybody, but key people. That's all it takes, folks, is one of the hugest things I have to get through people is a structure matter. It's compartmentalization. You can have hundreds of people down here and just the right person above them. And that's all it takes. As long as you have your right people in. These people understand that. These people are not stupid. They know how it works. All of them, tons of them are lawyers. Look into the past presidents that have been lawyers and how they've lost their right to practice law most of the time as well. So I'm telling you, folks, I've worked on top secret systems. When you have access, like Hillary did, you go through training, you know what's expected of you, you know what the rules are, you don't forget them, and yeah, you have periodically, retrain, research. You understand it. You're not the past president's wife, and all these other things that you'd been, and then you just lapse. And a server was set up on purpose. How do you explain this? Just for example, being on the ship I was on in the service at one point, the system on there, we are all you have an email. It's in a government account. You can have personal stuff come in there. Would you want to? I don't know. But if you did, they would have record of it. If I left after you leave the military or your job, you can come back, put in a request and ask for your personal emails to be given to you. They're going to cipher through everything, and then the government gives it back to you. It might take them 6 months to a year to get you. Here's what we deem is non-work related, non-essential to the mission. And here are what we deem to be personal. Take them. That might take a while. Now, the only case in history, hugely like this was Hillary. She left and they had nothing. It took, I don't know why, 2-3 years. They go start looking and they realized that she left and took everything. They basically had to go knock on her door and say, hey, Hillary, can we get the government emails back from you? Well, give me some time. And then proceeded to break up hard drives, scrub them, hammer them. A whole slew of people making phone calls to other places to get just things done. They were doing preservation of historical, this stuff's for the history books, folks. The job she did as Secretary of State and all the emails, if need be, this is for us down the road, future generations, to write our history books off of. She evaded that. She held on to it, took it to be all hers. And we knew, it was a slowdown FOIA request at the time, Freedom of Information Acts. It was a big slew, a big game. And we never had no lawyers get their doors kicked in. Her found and not, didn't really mean to do it. And just all these just little wordages that just came from a few key people that changed things. You had Loretta Lynch telling James Comey to, let's not use that word. You had people changing stuff in the files coming up. The McCabe, I think that's why he got fired. And everyone's, poor guy, he was 22 years honorable and he made a little mistake or lied at the very end. Well, all these other people that lie and get hemmed up end up, look at the Donald J. Trump collusion Russia thing. All these months, 16 months in, and they've gotten a few people on some charges for lying, ruined their lives. And the lying wasn't to do with Russia. It was just to do with other things, I guess, that they made mistakes on. Or again, you get questioned so many times and they question these other people, then they bring you back in. They're like, well, this guy's saying this. Oh yeah, that might have been the case. Well, you lied to us then. Well, I just made a mistake and you lied. And they hem them to the fullest, ruin lives, destroy lives. And, but when it's them, I should be able to retire and get my pension and taxpayers to pay for it. And it's okay. Yeah, we need to clean house and I hope it keeps happening. I don't understand why normal man and woman out here in, the real world are so, well, I do understand. But they're begging for this stuff. They're begging for more of what we've had for 20, 30, 50 years. Nothing's better. They've promised the world a little bit more money, a little bit more tax dollar, a little bit more time. And you've had these same people walking around mindlessly in D.C. And yeah, you're used to seeing them. It's almost like, you turn on your sports events over here and you like to see these certain players, your favorite team. You really like to see this guy get up and bat, this other guy shoot the ball. But, and then when you turn over here, you want to see your favorite politicians for 30, 40 years as well. You get so used to it. It's a soap opera. And if they're not there, you're upset. I just don't get it, because that's not the way it's supposed to happen. Anybody lingering around for 20, 30 years in that arena and as rich as they are, they're corrupt. It's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have true-hearted, American, passionate people rise up, put their business that they own aside, the job that they're working aside, and with the rally of their coworkers, they're going up to run. They see a problem, they want to fix it, and everything is on hold for them. Their job is saved. Their family stays back from the state they're at. The town, the community will help take care of that family. The little bit of money this politician will get, but his family stays, and he goes off. And now, these people are going to represent you because their family stayed behind. Their family lives in this town and community. And the town's people, are helping maybe with the farm, if it's a farm, and pitching in because this guy went off to go do great things. And when he comes back, it'll be a nice transition for him to come back home to his state, and things, and the people are really behind him. We don't have that anymore. We have people that leave, their family comes with them, they sell out, and they sign on up with what's given to them there. One cold meeting at some dinner, and they get offered a certain amount of money to be a certain way. And that happens time after time. That's where these huge amounts of money comes in. Just look at the conflict of interest, folks. It's just like some of these other people on these committees, that Nunes guy, and then the Adam Schiff. You look at him for the Democratic Party, the head guy out of California, for the National Security Congressional board he's on, and this guy's worth millions. He owns hotels, has investments, things that seem to look a little funny sometimes. You look at like the Republican guy, not that sometimes they're not all bad. I'm just saying the head guy there, his side business is like a winery. He makes 170 grand a year, and his net worth is like 60 or 70. He doesn't have a bunch saved up. He's got some little investments, a little winery going on. But when you have a Clinton Foundation and your husband's going overseas ahead of you, or it seems like we can watch this pay to play happen. He would go here shortly after this country would get some kind of thing from the State Department, and then Hillary would use the guise of, well, there's 17 other things that need to sign off on stuff. I'm not the only one. Or for the Uranium One deal, for example. Had everyone known that there was an undercover guy in 2009 that was complaining and putting in stuff and got a hold of the FBI on his own behalf to say, hey, I think there's some shady stuff going down here on this company out of Canada. It's linked to Russia, and these guys are offering bribes and kickbacks, and they did all this, investigation supposedly, but they kept it under wraps. I'm sure Hillary knew all about that, being that her husband's Bill Clinton, and past presidents get Q clearance. So she had this knowledge. And I'm sure that they made sure that stayed under wraps. So none of the other 12 or 11 or 10 other agencies, 9 other agencies didn't know about, whoa, wait, we got some FBI investigation going on, and they're pointing to this and that. Maybe we shouldn't do this deal. Well, if you kept that secret from all them, of course, if you make it all look good, like there's no reason we shouldn't sign this. Who knows, right? These are the kind of things that need to be looked into and come out. It doesn't matter that it's last year, 2 years ago. Here's where we are now. That's how a lot of people think as well. Well, she never won. She doesn't matter. She has not gone away. She won't shut her mouth. When will these people just go away? They will scream and kick and shout the whole way. The ones that have left have left. The ones that have resigned, stepped down. Some of them running off with no pensions. They're like, hey, what about your pension? You've been here. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm out of here. Just hoping that they, when the time comes, they're going to be like, oh, okay, this guy quit, went home quietly. He didn't even take his pension. All right. Most likely, it just depends on the involvement and the depth of it. But the ones that are stuck around, the ones that are still on TV, the loudest ones, have the most to hide. They're there trying to help steer their ship away from the iceberg. They're trying to not go down. Some of these people, even right before they were to be hung or executed in some way, they would be screaming they are innocent, or it didn't happen the way that we saw it. I am convinced of that at this point, and I'm not waiting for any miracles of people, pleading guilty and just, letting us know. All right, I'm Michael from the Patriot Hour. Look for some more videos later on today for sure. Any new Q updates, I will jump on them for you. Ring the bell, subscribe, like, share. Please comment. We love the comments. We really appreciate all the subscribers. Like I said, together we're going to keep digging into this, moving forward, and helping each other understand our collective futures. We got to keep digging, keep researching, listen to everybody, read everything, believe nobody until you can verify it. Okay? Again, I'm Michael, Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed, and good day.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
In front of